Hello, this is Chaff Commander Coffee, and the first episode, or real episode, of my Dominions4 Thrones of Ascension Let's Play. We will be playing as one of the random nations generated by RandomNationGen, the mod, in this war for Valanis, will be the map I'm playing on. We are the nation of Saltnohamn, a race of forest goblins with some humans. We will be playing as Solve, a fire dragon. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to be doing the episodes based on seasons, so I'll be playing the first season, Spring, in the first year of the Ascension War. So, there's a few things I can do on the first turn, so let's get right to it. First, let's see about recruiting some units. I think I should probably just focus on getting some sacred units. Let's see how they perform in combat. Now, my commanders have quite low leadership, I remember, so they won't be able to command too many men. And our first commander starts with quite a lot. So we're going to need to recruit another commander, I think. A priest would be useful. It would be useful if I don't want to profit on the first turn. But I don't see why I wouldn't. So let's make this goblin commander a prophet of Solve. In fact, let's take a look at Solve's aliases, if you would. And you can read the description of the dragon here if you want. I'm playing with the fire dragon. It should do well with the nation, or at least well enough in the early game. In the late game I can transform them into an archmage, and they can take up a more heavy spellcasting role. So we are Solve, God of the Dawn, Prince of Majesty, the Burning Soul, the Brilliant God, Lord of Courage. Those are some interesting aliases, especially for a dragon leading a nation of goblins. Well, we'll see. Alright, what else do we want to recruit this turn? A wizard wouldn't be a bad idea to start doing research. My higher level wizards are quite expensive, so certainly just recruiting a basic one wouldn't be a bad idea. Again, I'm worried that I'm going to need just someone for the extra leadership. We can hold another 6 men. And his units are currently the shortbowmen hunters and the elite skirmisher spin, which is a fine mix. I think what I'm going to do is take another basic commander. I'll take a swordsmaster to just mix it up a little, and I think I'll recruit some more archers. Archers are always a safe bet in the early stages of the game. I'm going to get my scout. I think I want the scout to head towards this choke point. Maybe see if there's any nations around this sort of open plains here. This is a very good choke point. There's one way you can cross, but it's a mountain, and in my cold dominion that will make it impossible to cross by all means. So taking this pass would be a very, very strong defensive point. Let's see if there's any mercenaries for hire. There is indeed. There's Blackbone's pirates for 180 gold. Now I only have 140. Blackbone's pirates aren't that great, so I don't think I'll bother betting on them. Alright, well the dragon is strong enough to expand on the first turn, so and have the dragon hold 3 turns. He can only cast Fireflies, which is a fairly weak spell, so there's no real point in casting that. Have him hold for 3 turns, and then attack rearmost enemies. Maybe hold for 4 turns. That should be fine. And I'm just going to have him... This has the most... this province here. Oh, I should turn province names on to make it a bit easier to see what I'm talking about. Valgard. Valgard has the most connections, and it's quite close to a throne, so I would like to find out what's in that throne nice and early on. So I'll send him into Valgard. He could technically go anywhere, but I should take somewhere next to my capital to boost my production early on in the game. That seems fine for the first turn. There's not much to do, obviously. I have very few commanders. And I don't think the goblins are strong enough to expand on their own right now. So that will do. Alright, I'll end the turn here. Proclamation from Saltnohamn. Lift Raise, the elite High Chieftain, shall hereby be known as the Prophet of Solve. That's our new prophet. And Farwald, Offer, the Halberd Commander, shall hereby be known as the Prophet of Mananan. Interesting. Alright, no other prophets. That actually is perhaps more interesting than the fact only 2 prophets were declared. And there was a battle in Valgard, which we'll watch right now. This is a good opportunity, I'll pause it here, for people who perhaps haven't seen Dominions4 before, to take a look at the combat. This is the art style Dominions4 portrays the combat in. I really like it. It's nice and it's simplistic. It allows for very large battles to take place later on in the game. But right now, we just have our dragon, so this should be over fairly quickly. They do have a wizard though. There's a cloud mage here. Hopefully he isn't too difficult. I think if we kill him, we should rout their army. There's a random arrow managed to hit our dragon for 2 damage, but the dragon has very high hit points and protection, so he should be fine. He should be fine. Oh, and there goes light infantry rout immediately, after being burnt to a crisp by a dragon. No big surprise there. I would probably run away from dragon. As you can see, everyone is. They've had enough. Yes, the dragon is quite powerful in the early game. Quite powerful indeed. So, dragon killed all of the independents and conquered Valgard for us. And this event here is just telling me that I'm playing Summod, one of the mods I have active. That's all. I believe this is the fabled level 3 throne that I added into the game. I believe there is just one level 3 throne. And that is it, I think, because it is commanded by a huge Great Mother, which is an option you can pick for a god. Well, that's good to know where that is. If we can conquer the provinces around it, we can sort of secure it for later conquest. Alright, well, let's increase the province defense here by 1. I don't really need to invest very much. And we can produce scouts, which is very handy. I might spend 2 turns producing a commander though, just because he can lead 40 goblins, and it saves my capital a turn on producing any more goblin commanders. It will take 2 turns though. But that's fine. Militias, light cavalry, heavy cavalry, that should be fine. The dragon should have no problem dealing with them. And the goblins, I believe we can expand with these this turn. So let's give our prophet the sacred goblins, and give our swordmaster the normal goblins. Oh, he can't quite take all the archers. How about our prophet can take all the archers, so you might as well just have all the archers there. Actually, let's balance our forces out. Each of them is commanding about 25 goblins, which is a good enough number. I think 50 goblins should be able to handle most independents, I hope. Right, well we'll need to cast Divine Blessing to bless the sacred goblins. And then I think he can just start smiting the unbelievers. Those who do not believe in Solve shall be smote. Indeed. And I think this other Goblin Swordmaster can just hold behind the units. He will be standing in front of the Prophet, so if worse comes to worse, he'll die, and the Prophet won't, hopefully. We want the Goblin Archers to just fire. Where might we expand? Deer Tribe Archers, Deer Tribe Warriors, Slingers and Heavy Infantry. Now Slingers can sometimes have War Elephants with them, but we have a scout here, and he's saying that there's no War Elephants. And they are pretty easy to spot, they're large creatures. So I think what we'll do is we will expand into Kratas and move towards Golem range. That seems fine. And the Deer Tribe aren't that powerful, so even after defeating these we should be able to take the Deer Tribe on, no problem. So we'll move into Kratas and then sort the army out. So Slingers, not very powerful, but we don't have very good armour. However, my Spearmen here, they do have iron caps, so they shouldn't just get one shot by the Slingers with random headshots. They also carry bucklers, so at least they have some kind of shield. I will set my archers to fire at enemy archers though. Try to whittle them down. I mean, they're not going to do very much damage against heavy infantry, in fact. We might have to rely on the Sacreds to kill the heavy infantry. They are dual-wielding maces, and will have a +2 to their attack skill, so they should do just fine bashing the heavy infantry. We'll set the Spearmen on hold and attack closest, and leave them out front. And we'll move the Sacreds down here, and set them to attack closest. And they should engage roughly on the flank of the heavy infantry. I'm hoping they will. That should be fine. I'm wondering if I want to put my Spearmen into a line or not. It would make them less vulnerable to the archer fire, and it's also useful for engaging more goblins against the enemy heavy infantry. So I think I will put them in a line. It will hurt their morale, but they have higher than average morale anyway, due to being my elite units. They should be fine. And now we can do some recruitment. There's no real, other than the commander, I won't recruit anything there. I don't want to do any early blood hunting, so there's no point going for a blood 2 mage. I'll probably just recruit a level 1 wizard here, just to start doing some research. And might as well recruit these Sacreds. I can recruit 10 per turn, they're so resource cheap. I might as well just start amassing as many of these Sacreds as I can. As I capture more Thrones of Ascension, they will gain more blessings and thus become more powerful. So the more I can get, the better. And I think we'll fill up the rest of our turn with... I do want to try all of my units out, at least the ones that I think I'll find useful. Maybe get some of these swordsmen, see how the goblin swordsmen do, mix them in with my spearmen. Yeah, I'll do that. So we have our 2 goblin war chiefs moving south to Kratas, and our dragon god moving to Ablak. Should do just fine in both of them. There is a new unit of mercenaries, Rexor's Barbarians. We don't quite have enough gold to hire them, unless I don't train these goblins, and to be honest, those barbarians are probably going to do a better job than the goblins, at least against melee heavy independents. But the Deer Tribe use a lot of ranged weapons. I think the barbarians would struggle against them, so I will pass on the barbarians and just train goblins. Alright, that should be it for this turn. And spring starts in the middle of spring at the start of the game, so it's actually only 2 turns. We're now in early summer, so I will be ending the video here. that was the spring of the first year of the Ascension Wars of my Nation Gen Let's Play of Dominions 4. Thanks for watching.